All right, what's going on, everybody? I thought I would go live and we can talk about how the Mets have kind of picked it up recently, and they've looked actually like a somewhat competent baseball team recently. And even though it's gone back and forth, and there's still a hole to dig out of, I think that a lot can be discussed because a lot has happened since we last went live, and obviously some stuff to talk about on the podcast. But I do want to just go live here and talk about some stuff. So let's roll the intro. Let's go. All right. So, for those of you who are new and watching on playback or just new to the chat right now, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We have podcasts that go out every single week, regularly Monday, and we will have one coming out this week. Now, we have missed the last few, mainly due to, well, I was not available to do it for 1 week. And then obviously there was pretty much we're just repeating ourselves at that point. But right now, the Mets actually look good. They just swept Arizona. Francisco Alvarez has caught fire once again. He homered in all three of those games. We're getting close to the All-Star break. The Mets currently sit 6.5 games out of the wild card. And they last week, I believe they were about 10 games out of the wild card. So they gained quite a bit of ground. Looks like the division is still untouchable at this point. I think it's safe to say that. But overall, the Mets have looked fairly good last night. Francisco Lindor with a 5-hit game. He was a double short of the cycle. And yeah, for those of you in here, make sure to comment. Give me your thoughts and opinions of how you guys feel. We have a poll going on in the chat right now about whether you think the Mets are back or not. They've won 5 in a row. They are playing another struggling team in the Padres tonight in San Diego. That one starts at about, I'd say 9:30. I'm pretty sure same time that was going on in Arizona. And then we also had then we have the All-Star break, of course. Pete Alonso going to be participating in the home run derby as per usual. He's also our only lone All-Star that we know of, depending on if anybody replaces anybody with injury. And yeah, Dodgers and White Sox right after that. But for those of you in here, make sure to leave a like on the stream if you have not already. Subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. And yeah, we're kind of at this very pivotal point right now, which is actually going to be the title of the next podcast that'll be out on Monday. The pivotal point. That's going to be. I always like to have these inspirational quoted titles for you guys. Alvarez, Senga, and Nimmo all snubbed. I don't think Alvarez was going to get it because there was some competition there. Obviously, Sean Murphy has been incredible this year. And then I'm pretty sure there was somebody else. So they were probably only going to do 2 catchers. Senga, I don't know. He's definitely looking like the ace of this staff, but maybe it'll definitely be at one point. I don't know. I think he'll get it. Being here for the next 5 years, most likely he's going to be here for a while. So I think he'll definitely bid for it because, I mean, especially in that Arizona game, what was it, 2 nights ago? Senga looked fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And then Nimmo should have been an all-star, 100%. There's 3 catchers. Oh, I'm so sorry. Shut the fuck up, Andrew. Everyone tell that boy to shut the fuck up. Usually there's 2 of each position, so eat that. I guess it's different for catcher. Yeah, every team getting a representative, that's probably, I mean, still something that from shit teams. You don't understand why some guys are in there, like Michael Lorenzen for the AL, which I don't even think he should have been that. I mean, who should have been for Detroit? I don't even know about that team. No Elias Diaz respect, disrespect. Elias Diaz sucks, dude. Shut up. Shit. All right. Well, all I can say is that whether the Mets are back or not, whether the Mets are back or not, they have a lot of ground to cover. And they don't have. I mean, it's before the All-Star break right now, but I can tell you right now. Shit. Okay. But I mean, here, hold on. Shit is ridiculous. Okay. Once again, let me try that one more time. The Mets, whether they're out of it or not, they still have a lot of ground to cover. Just in terms of just the few teams that are ahead of them right now in this wild card race. Now, they're going to probably need one of these teams just to fully collapse, whether it is the Giants or the Brewers or the Phillies. They're definitely going to have a lot of ground to cover. And the fact that they're putting themselves in a better seat before the All-Star break is definitely helping, but they still have a lot of work to be done because they definitely built themselves a huge hole. And they're the first team that's not above 500 right now in that wild card. So free Luke fucking Ritter, no, that dude sucks. Bro loves hyping up mid. So upsetting. All right. Just making sure everything's good. Okay. So over the week, I would say that obviously we've been risen a lot of hope. I'd say the pitching has looked a lot better. Carrasco with 8 scoreless innings last night, which was something that I think we all did not really expect, especially against a Diamondbacks team that has been performing fairly well all year. Max Scherzer was not great. Kodai Senga was good. I mean, we did get length from our starters, and that's really what all we're looking at. How in the monkey hell is Dansby going in over Lindor? Batting average. There you go. That's how stupid that shit is. Yeah, so coming out this week, we're going to probably be recording it on Sunday, but that's going to be episode 24 of the podcast. That's going to be coming out. We're going to talk about, I don't know, to be honest, because the Mets have decided to start winning now. So we're going to start talking about a lot of different things, whether it's retooling the roster, whether it is selling or buying. There's a lot of different things that could possibly happen, but the Mets have to keep winning in order to create these conflicting results. Because if it means that we're going to keep winning and they're still going to continue, and this is not just one of those fraudulent 5-game winning streaks that they just go on and then completely die afterwards, I mean, let's hope. That's all I hope. But there is a lot of changes that I would still make to this team. And I'm hoping that they are in one of those positions where they can retool and not just full on add to this team, because there's a few assets that I would like to sell at the deadline and make the team a little bit younger. Species of elephant. Yeah, no one cares. Fuck you, Andrew. Okay. So tonight is what is it? Verlander and Darvish. We all know this history that the Mets have with Darvish, even though this year I'm pretty sure they tagged him for like 5 runs last time we played him. So that would be great. For those of you in here or new, please like the stream. Be greatly appreciated. We got new podcasts that come out every single Monday. We have taken a break from it, I'd say, the last 2 weeks, but we will be back at it again this week, especially right. It'll be right as the All-Star break begins, I would say, and then we'll also have some stuff for the draft as well. I'm pretty sure my co-host and I, who's in the chat right now, will have some kind of coverage with that, but we'll figure that out. Scherzer is going to have his rematch. Is going to have his rematch. He is going to have his rematch. Is that the third game of the series, right? Is that the last game of the All-Star break? Yeah, hopefully. I'm hoping for a better performance. That's all I'm asking, man. I'm pretty sure. What's it called? Shit. Blanking. I'm pretty sure he pitched against them earlier at Citi Field. Vassell tomorrow in the Futures game? Yes. Hell yeah. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, though, right? Not like that's going to matter or whatever. You probably should have Tidwell there, too. Vassell in the Futures game. Yeah. Tidwell should be called up. I doubt that's going to happen this year, but later next year, probably. I mean, he is 22 years old. He's not 19 or anything. So the injuries have been he should be in Double-A right now. Fucking Futures game robbed me of Jordan Lawler. I mean, I've heard the name, but I'm not really familiar with. I don't know. He's probably just some noodle that you like. I know you like a lot of noodles, Andrew. For those of you in here, make sure to hit the like button if you have not already. Subscribe. Follow all of us individually. There's 3 of us. Making sure there isn't any updates on Twitter here. I got to get this shit off of my hands right now. It's like a fucking Drew Smith foreign substance on me right now. Don't even ask. Of course, that's got to happen right while I'm live. Shit spills all over my hand. All right. There's not really much I have to complain about the team. I mean, they've played well. I don't know. I mean, Vogelbach's still here. Is that something I got to complain about? Vogelbach really still shouldn't be here. Eric Carlson is a Penguin. I'll probably run this stream for about an hour and then we'll call it quits. But let me know, folks, any questions that you guys have. It's hard to talk about the trade deadline, to be honest, because you don't know what direction they're going to go in, to be honest. I mean, if they start winning like that, they keep winning. Who knows? But there's a lot more drag for positivity right now for them. Be entertaining. I gotta get this shit off of my hands. This shit is disgusting. Fucking spilled all over my hands right when the. All right. Go wash up. Yeah, I might actually do that. But I don't want to leave this shit. Matt Allen for Otani. Where do I sign, man? Where do I sign? Yeah, guys, let me know what you think they should do on the trade deadline. Let me know in the chat. Because I'd love to hear tons of ideas. Because I haven't really been. I've been looking at a lot of selling, obviously, because the Mets have been kind of shit. But now, I mean, there's some promise here. They're playing a lot better. I don't know. There's a few pieces out there that I wouldn't mind, but I don't know if the Mets would go for him. Not Otani. I'm not giving up the farm for that. I mean, if you're gonna get Otani, you got to sign him in the off season, and the Mets will get their chance to do that. What will it happen? I don't think so, but you know, I'm sure they're gonna be in the hunt for it, but we'll see. More of an off season thing. All right, I'm gonna get this shit off of my hands. Oh. That's a lot better. Cool. I can actually function. All right, so update on the poll right now. Looks like it's a little 50-50 with yes and no clue. So I'd say no clue is probably the best way to do it. Best way to say it. I can't tell, man. I really can't tell at this point. It's going to take a lot more than a 5-game winning streak for me to be convinced that this team is back into contention. And they do have a gap to fill. They still have a 5.5 game gap to fill between them and the Brewers. And then there's the Giants and the Phillies, and the Dodgers are ahead of them. They're playing the Dodgers up next. The Padres. This is a big series tonight as well. Hopefully Verlander can get his shit together. That would be nice. You should get Chris Bryant and Brad Hand. No and no. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'd rather not. I want Davies and or Javier Baez. Same. I don't even know who's going to be available, especially pitchers. I don't even know who's going to be available on that market. I mean, obviously, I know Bieber's like one of the top ones. Not really interested with that. Um, Paxton might be available, maybe, because he's an expiring free agent. I don't know who else would be available. I would take James Paxton. It's definitely somebody that's at the top of the list. Rangers just traded Barkley. All right, cool. That's actually true. You're just bullshitting me. I'm not talking about hockey right now. Mm-hmm. Latest. Goudreau. Hmm. Right. Doesn't I'm not seeing anything. Stop trying to rickroll me. Trying to see if the lineup is getting posted yet, but that's probably not going to be for another half hour. Can I join? I mean, you're going to be in this bottom left if you do. So, hold on. You're going to be right. You're going to be in this bottom left cuz I'm not fucking up the layout right now. So, Andrew, so should Andrew come in here, guys? Let me know. He can just join on his own, I'm pretty sure. Probably put this back in here. All right, Andrew, come on in. So I'll send you the link in case you need it. Probably don't. Bring my co-host in here. Why not? There's just not much to complain about. I just wanted to hop on here, talk about some possibilities because they're in a very weird spot. Can't really tell. All right, so for those of you who are new, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Like the stream if you have not. Tune in every single Monday. We have the premiere of our new episode of the podcast. This week, we're going to be talking about obviously the recent hot streak. We're going to talk a little bit about Scherzer's no trade clause, stuff about that. I forget, there was some other stuff that we were going to talk about, but um, exploring the buyer's market, exploring the seller's market, stuff like that as the trade deadline gets closer and closer and closer. Sure, I didn't miss anything. Okay. All right. So for those of you in here, if you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. Anything y'all want to ask? Stream goes on by you guys, so you guys gotta keep the conversation up. Only so much I can say. The Mets are doing great. They're on their way to the World Series. All right, so 46% of you guys say that you have no clue if the Mets are back or not. 42% are saying that they are back, and then only 12% say they're not back. So there's somewhat relative positivity in here. I like it. It's not bad. I'm not really known for being a positive person myself. I've become a very pessimistic Mets fan. So what was I gonna say? Other shit. Okay, so what are the pitching matchups this week? Should the Mets trade? Speaking of pitching, should the Mets trade Max or Justin? Everyone has a price, in my opinion. And if the Mets were to move one of Max or Justin, I don't think Verlander is tradable at this point. I don't think anybody wants to really trade for him because he's been kind of shit. But overall, Scherzer has still been a plus pitcher this year, can we say? Um, I think everybody has a price, and if it at this point, it all depends on what the current position of the team is. That's literally it. That's literally all you can say. It's basically just the current position at the trade deadline, and they have about a month to figure out what type of team they want to be on the market. What's the point of being a fan if you can't feel good about a 5-game win streak? Well, there's still 5 games under 500. It's hard. It's hard with the amount of the biggest the fact that they've just dug quite a hole. So I'm not getting fully excited yet, but it is definitely a good sign. Going on the road into Arizona, a good Arizona team, sweeping them, taking 2 out of 3 from the Giants, who are ahead of you. So, and currently tied with the Padres, which they're going to have to get the job done tonight. But But yeah, I'd say it's about split. I don't know. There's some optimistic Mets fans right now, and then there's some pessimistic Mets fans. I've always been a pessimistic Mets fan, and I probably will be until they win a ring somehow. I think that's pretty much it. Um, because I think I've seen the very best and I've seen the very worst. It's just how it is. Mm-hmm. The Mets had a 5-game winning streak in May, and look what happened after that. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, they beat two decently competitive teams. What was it? Did they beat Cleveland and Tampa, and then just rode off the face of the earth. Fan since the '70s. I've seen worse. Have you? I mean, I've seen a lot. I've seen bad. I mean, I haven't seen. I don't know if I've seen rock bottom, but because they just continue to out move themselves. Hello, guest in the bottom left. He's still loading. Get better connection, buddy. It will depend what they do at the trading. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what at what point. I mean, we're still a month away from the deadline. A little bit less than a month away from the deadline, and trying to get this. I don't know what's going on with his thing. Might have to redo it. Might have to rejoin. It was dog shit. No way around that. Yeah, they played. Yeah, they played really bad in June. They were just lifeless, completely lifeless. And to be honest, I mean, one of the main concerns, obviously, the offense. I mean, the offense has actually been good recently. I'm not actually pissed off about the offense whatsoever. I don't know why his thing isn't working. Okay, guess he'll figure that out. Okay. Yeah, June they did not play good baseball whatsoever, but they have not lost yet in July. So, what are they? They're 5-0 in July, 4-0 in July. So they got to keep it going. They still have a lot of ground to make up. So might as well get started. And then I mean, yeah, I mean, my co-host will just join. He's a huge Beatty fan. He can't listen. He doesn't want to listen to that, man. But yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, I'm not really impressed with how Beatty's played. I really haven't. And I'm sure we'll get into that debate once his connection gets better. Hold on. Let's see if he's good. You good now? Plug some shit in. God, it's a whole production with this guy. No, Beatty has always had those launch angle issues, but like he has such ridiculous raw power that I mean I don't like his approach whatsoever, and it kind of pisses me off. But a guy gonna come in here? I don't know, man. What's wrong with him? For those of you in here, make sure to like the stream. Hit the subscribe button. You'll probably get something from my co-host. I don't know what's going on with him. He's just dead. Some shit. New podcast coming out on Monday. When Vogie, everyone just hang. Which everyone wants to hang has more of you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Vogelbach's been better, I'd say, since that whole mental break thing that he got. But no, I still don't see any purpose as to why this guy is on this team, especially when you just called up DJ Stewart, who is actually like a decent power bat. Like, I understand he can play the outfield, but you already have 4 outfielders out there, so I mean, I just give the job to him. If you're not going to call up Vientos or anything, just give the job to him. There's absolutely no reason for Vogelbach to still be here at this point. Very useless player. The bottom line. All right. I'm trying to get my. Hold on. Let's see where. Trying to get a guy in here. Technical difficulties, folks. Just give us a second. All right, so we're tied at 42% for those who say yes, the Mets are back, and another person says, and Jesus Christ, and 42% say Okay. All right. It looks like he's not going to be able to join. Technical difficulties. Oh well. But yeah, I'm only going to be going live. I'm only going to be live for another 20 minutes. I just wanted to hop on here, talk some Mets with you guys. Nothing too crazy. New podcast coming out on Monday. We're going to be recording that on Sunday, and that should be that. And then we'll also have some extra content coming out throughout the week, some trade deadline videos, some stuff that the Mets could do, um, some potential trade packages revolving around a few players, trade destinations, shall we say. Lots of stuff coming up, and hopefully the Mets just continue to win, and then we can talk about more buying and adding to the team than actually selling. Um, but a lot of moves are going to be made at the deadline, no matter what. So we'll see what happens. It's definitely going to be interesting these next few weeks. All right. So, what was I looking at? Pitching matchups for tonight. We have Verlander versus Darvish. Um, what is it? It's Snell the next day. That's against Peterson. And then I think it's TBD. All right. Ready? Let's strike again. What's going on, man? When are you going to the Mets game? I don't know, man. I don't think I will be for a while. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe later in the year, but not at this point that I know of. I'm going to the Mets game today. Nice. In San Diego. So okay. Hope you didn't waste your money. I hope so too. Um, Mets Padres, two very disappointing teams this year. Let's hope the Mets win. Hell yeah. See what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I mean, up and down the lineup, it's definitely looked good offensively. Obviously, Tommy Pham's still red hot. He still looked really good. Brandon Nimmo uh, looks like he's on a power surge right now, which I'm 100% uh, happy about. Pete Alonso has been struggling. I don't know if he's healthy or not, but we'll see. Maybe the home run derby will help him because it seems like that usually helps him afterwards. Usually it doesn't do well for a lot of the guys who participate in the home run derby, but it's been kind of a different story for Pete over the years. And then Lindor has been red hot. McNeil has been god awful. I'm ready to move on from him, but I know a lot of Mets fans aren't. And we'll obviously talk about that as time goes on, I guess. All right. Pitching tonight. Scherzer, Musgrove. Yeah. Okay. So basically what has been lined up. All right. Well, hopefully they can take 2 out of 3 here. That's what I'm hoping. Sweep would be awesome. Just don't go back to the old ways from 5 games ago. But other than that, I think I'm going to hop off here, guys, because there's not really much to discuss besides just what has gone on recently in games. Maybe if we're hovering around 500 deadline. Yeah. Victor frickin' Zambrano. All right. I think I'm going to hop off here, guys. Obviously, more to come throughout the week. I just wanted to hop on here, chill with you guys, let you guys know of anything. But yeah, new podcast coming out on Monday. We're recording that on Sunday. We got also some videos that are going to come out. But, other than that, I'm going to hop off here. This wasn't going to be a big, long live stream, so wasn't planning on it. So other than that, let's go Mets. Let's keep it going. We've won 5 in a row. Let's make it 6 tonight. And we'll see you guys next time.